Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be make yourself unavailable to the narcissist. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So availability, what does that mean? That means when you are open to helping somebody else out or to doing something, it means, hey, I'm available, I have time, I can do it. When you were in the narcissistic relationship, one thing you were, I can assure you, was you were available to the narcissist, basically 24/7. Think about it. Think about from the minute you woke up till the minute you tried to go to sleep. You were constantly on eggshells. You were thinking about what was going to happen next. You were wondering what was going on. Your availability was owned by the narcissist. Now, post-narcissistic relationship, which is what this video is primarily about, is understanding that you need to make yourself unavailable to the narcissist. Now, I do understand that many people can't flat out just do that immediately. Perhaps the narcissist is a mom or a dad or a sibling, or perhaps you're still married or you're a roommate of a narcissist, things like that. I get it. We all have different circumstances. However, understanding that your energy is so important and that the narcissist is consuming your energy each and every day you're in the relationship. The longer you're in the relationship, the more your energy gets depleted and the more your resources become defunct. That is the structure of the narcissistic relationship. It's meant to devour individuals. I'm not being dramatic, I'm letting you know the truth. That's why when you're in the relationship, i.e. the narcissistic fog or the devaluation stage, right after the euphoric stage when everything was puppies and rainbows, that's why you were working for the narcissist and you were available to them all the time. Think about when you would receive a text when you were in the devaluation stage. You would respond immediately. You would drop whatever you were doing and you would respond and react as fast as you could. What were you doing then? You were reporting back to the narcissist. You were becoming available to the narcissist. Same thing if they called you. Remember when they would give you a phone call about something that was absolutely absurd or had no meaning, but they just wanted to disrupt your workday, as an example. You would drop whatever you were doing. You would answer the call. Why? Because you knew that you had to answer the call. You were getting a dopamine rush, number one, but number two, you were in the narcissistic fog and you had to be available for the narcissist. Now flip the script. Again, you're in the devaluation stage. Was the narcissist available to you? Absolutely not. They weren't. When you would text them, would you get a response? Sometimes. Maybe you'd get the letter K or all right, or something that was spelled improperly. If you called them, would they pick up the phone? Many times they wouldn't, and they would be available to pick up the phone, but they wanted to keep you hanging. Understand this. When you become unavailable to the narcissist, that is empowering you. I'll jump into that part in a moment. Getting back to the devaluation stage, when you were in the relationship, think of all the things you tolerated, all the poor behaviors you put up with, all the experiences you went through. All of these things that encompass the narcissistic relationship, they were not good. Now, did you have good times with the narcissist? I'm sure you did. But did the not so good times outweigh the good times? Absolutely, and I can prove it. Because your health took a hit, your finances took a hit, your social circle perhaps was decimated, you lost friends and family members along the path, you probably were in debt financially, and you understood that nobody was there to help you out throughout the relationship and post-relationship. Why I say that is because most people didn't even know that the person you're thinking about was and or is a narcissist. You didn't either. You thought you were on an island all by yourself, just being decimated, being deluged with gaslighting, stonewalling, the silent treatment, rage fits, all these things, and you were. But the whole point of when you were in the relationship is you were available to the narcissist, and you were trained and groomed. Your whole lifestyle was modified to fit the narcissist. Play that again. It's a fact. You did not know what you were up against because you weren't taught narcissism in school. You're now getting the wisdom. You're becoming awakened and empowered and becoming unavailable to the narcissist. Now, I'm gonna fast forward now to a post-narcissistic relationship. Once you understand that the relationship has ended and you understand that you have a mountain of work in front of you, you have to heal, you have to take time out for yourself, you have to get your cup full again, you have to put yourself as the priority. In other words, you come first, second, and third, and then you understand that you can't be available for virtually everybody like you used to be. You can no longer be a people pleaser. You can no longer be a yes person. You have to have boundaries. You need to say the strongest word in the English language, which is no. And you can't feel guilty about this. Why? Because you now understand, after what you've been through in the relationship, and you've had to put yourself back together, and or you are putting yourself back together, that you're going through something that most people don't get to go through. And is it challenging? Yes, to say the least. Do you want to go through it? Absolutely not. Is there any way around this healing path? No, there's not. It's like a tunnel that you must go through. It's the healing tunnel. You have to go through it. And in time, in your time, you will heal properly when you take the proper steps, which means everything I just mentioned, and also slow down and don't be available for the narcissist. Now remember, narcissism is prevalent. It's all over us. Now, the person that you're thinking about, or people you're thinking about in the relationships in the past, my hope is you've already conquered them, and or you are conquering them, meaning you're gray rocking them, or you've gone no contact, blocked them, deleted them, removed all flying monkeys and people associated with them. This message is also about people you will meet in the future who will try to consume your energy, who may or may not be a narcissist. The point is, there are energy vampires all around the planet. They're everywhere. They just want to consume your time. Think about a person that calls you, again, on a Monday night, and they say, hey, I just need 10 minutes of your time. And then that 10 minutes of your time turns into 3 hours. And the next thing you know, your night is gone, and you have to get up early at 7 to go to work, and you haven't done anything you needed to do. You didn't pay the bills. You didn't do the laundry. You probably didn't even have dinner. Because why? Because you put your life on hold, and you were available for this other individual, and you helped them to feel better, but now all their baggage is on you, and you're drained, and you're saying to yourself, oh my gosh, this happened the last couple of Mondays in a row. Like, what am I doing? Like, I need to say no. Yes, you do. You need to understand that you are the priority. So becoming unavailable to the narcissist, it's not just the narcissist, it's people that are draining your energy. Become unavailable. What that simply means is change the way you look at yourself. Change the place you place your attention and your energy. You need to believe that you are the priority, that you have so much abundance. Let's pause here for a minute. Why do you think people are contacting you? Let's use the phone call or the texting analogy. Why do you think people are contacting you? That's right. It's because you don't know how to say no, or you're not saying no, or they're guilting you into communicating with them, or they're telling you they've changed and just one more time. In other words, they're just trying to throw you a little breadcrumb that things will be different this time when they communicate with you, when in fact nothing could be further from the truth. It's the same old song and dance. It goes on and on and on. Until when? That's right, until you become unavailable. Now, becoming unavailable doesn't mean going off the grid and not talking to people or not living your best life. It means quite the opposite. It means insulate yourself and protect yourself with like-minded people that care about you, that love you, that want you to flourish, and that are there for you in times of need. Remember, each and every relationship you're a part of, it should be a reciprocal relationship, meaning you benefit and the other person benefits, no matter who it is. It doesn't matter. Life is meant to be enjoyed, explored, and it's meant to be fulfill you, and it's meant to be a beautiful experience. Yes, there are highs, and yes, there are lows, and life isn't linear. We know all those things. However, if you've come out of the narcissistic relationship, you understand that you've been through something that most people don't get to come through. Most people stay in the narcissistic fog. Most people don't get the wisdom. Most people don't get that needle in a haystack and Google spouse won't talk to me, or type in the browser gaslighting, and then you're like, oh my gosh, this is narcissism, and I married one, or my neighbor's one, or my parent is one. This is exactly what happens. When you get the wisdom, you now need to take action, because you can't just get wisdom and or education on something, i.e. narcissism, and not utilize it. Like, why would you do that? And you can't unsee what you've seen, so you now owe it to yourself to become unavailable to the narcissist and to people that are trying to drain your energy. Example, let's say there's a barbecue coming up this week, and you want to attend, but you know there are a few people there that you really don't want to see. Well, you have a couple options. One, you don't attend and you let them have a good time. Or two, you do attend and you have boundaries in place, and you say, okay, I know these people will be there. I will just minimize my contact with them, utilize gray rock, not tell them anything about me, and I will enjoy and have a great time, because the barbecue is meant for you to experience a great day too. It's not meant for you not to attend and let others enjoy their lives. Really get the message. That's what we did when we were in the narcissistic relationship. We put our lives on hold to the betterment of the narcissist the whole time our cup was being depleted. And the more we worked for the narcissist, the more holes were being poked in the boat, and that boat was eventually a sinking ship. And then most likely you got discarded or you exited the relationship. Either way, you understood that you were paddling upstream in a boat that was getting poked more and more holes in the boat as it went upstream, and that's not sustainable. You can't do it. So it's the same thing with people trying to steal your energy. Become unavailable. You can't do it. And remember, don't explain yourself to people. Explaining is not good. Don't overshare. Oversharing is not good. Don't feel guilty. I understand that guilt is a huge thing for many people. People feel guilty. Oh, but I've always been there for them and I kind of feel guilty. I should do it again. You really shouldn't. You should understand that you should do what you want to do. You shouldn't be bullied into doing something you don't want to do. You shouldn't be bullied into loaning people money or paying their bills or listening to 3 hours of their phone on a phone message on a Monday night when you should be preparing for tomorrow. You are the priority. I've said it 3 times in the video. You need to understand where you place your attention is where you place your energy. And when you were available to the narcissist, believe me, they drained every drop of your energy out of you. And it took a mountain of work for you to heal. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you do, drop comments below. I don't want you to go through that ever again. I want you to be fulfilled and to understand that you can say no and that being unavailable for somebody is a good thing. Now, I'm not saying shut everybody out on the planet at all. I'm saying if you're in healthy or stable relationships, build them up. Keep your inner circle close. You don't have to befriend every single person you meet. And remember, with texting or a phone call, just because someone texts you does not mean it deserves a response. It doesn't. And just because someone calls you doesn't mean you need to call them back. Sometimes people have hidden agendas disguised under untruths, meaning perhaps someone calls you and you look at the number and you're like, oh, should I call them back? I don't know, because the last time I called them back, I was on the phone with them for 2.5 hours and it didn't benefit me. But they're banking on you calling them back. Same thing with a text. Someone texts you something. Hey, I have a really important question to ask you. Okay, great. Well, why didn't you just ask it right now? Why are you having me text you back? I'll tell you why, because you want to get me on the phone and consume my energy. Think about these things. The subtleties are everywhere. So guys, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon. Stay true, stay blessed. Continue to become awakened and aware, and understand you are beautiful, you are abundant, and now you are becoming unavailable to not only the narcissist, but to anybody who's trying to drain your energy from you. This is the path. It's what you must do. You must learn that you are a priority. You are a beautiful, bright, shining light, and you have so much abundance in you, and people are trying to take it from you. Don't allow this to happen one more day. Guys, no matter where you are on the planet, you are not alone. God bless you. I love you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. All right, bye, guys.